Okay, I just thought I'd shoot a little video here and show you the stairwell that was built. Of course, we're looking down at it, and we'll be going down the stairwell down to my man cave, or as some call it. I sometimes mistakenly call it a bunker. I guess probably from my old days back in Vietnam that have never left my memory. But as you can see, we did quite a bit of work on a rock wall right here, my wife and myself, and got a chunk tore out of it down there when I was up in here with a tractor trying to rake this stuff back to where the water would run out. Water would run out and away from a man cave. Now we can look back into this thing a little bit, and as you can see, there's some water there, and there's an echo, and I got to get that water out. I don't quite know where the water comes from, as everything here is wrapped in plastic that you see right here. That's 6 mil. This is the dirt that's above it, and over here you see where the rain has made it fall downward, and that's just fine because that way it packs it in there, and I can put more dirt in on top of it. Now, I had to do some digging to get in here to this to get the water out, and I created a kind of a pond here that I didn't want. That's pretty close to 4 feet deep, because as I was coming in through the mud stuff, when I happened to hit that rock, that sandstone that lies underneath this gravel right here, and it's not very far down there to the sandstone, but it lies down there under it, and that's the hole, like I say, is 4 feet deep now. We've been getting rains, and our rains have been on average about an inch an hour when we get one. Right now we're kind of in a break, and we may not get another. This may thin out. We might not get another rain until tomorrow. Now let's go up for another view. This is my stairwell coming up from there, and as you see, I had to dig this out. And so I dug all of it out with the same Kubota, and I come in over here and had to dig a place down where I could get in under here, and I dug this dirt out here too, because at one time the dirt level in here was about where that lattice work is at. I still got to put handrails on it. I've got to put header joists here. Now, that's one of the most important things that's got to be done yet, is to make sure that I get that header joist on, running from out there to this one, back through, all the way up to where it ends up here. That will support this part of the flooring better. I've got a temporary in there, but it'll support this part of the floor better. Excuse the jump, but hey, I'm working. Now, to get to that water, to get it out of my man cave originally, I had to go through all of this mud, all of that water, and I tried to go in from down there, and that just didn't work out too well for me, as I was slipping and sliding. And you can see I got a whirlpool down there of water and mud. Let me see if I can zoom to it. And this coming from off the hill up here, where my potatoes are laying in the ground, and I can't get those out yet. And there's a little small stream across there, but it's also filled this thing up further here. This particular ditch part here, there's the width of that bucket on my tractor. You take that and don't worry about the width so much, but the depth. Whenever I step off that little hump of dirt right there in front at the bottom of the screen and come across into this area right here, I come down deeper till I'm about 4 foot right there at that bend. And that's just a little steep for me and my tractor to want to be riding around in it. So I chose not to do that. But other than that, I mean, everything's pretty nice, and I'm sure somebody needed a rain here somewhere, but I just don't know how or why. Now that pond up there, which you can't see here, maybe, I don't know if I can get the pond there or not. Let me see if I can get this thing to zoom up to that pond. Perhaps you can see it, and probably not, so we'll talk about it another day. But I thought I'd put this short video on to show you where the work has gotten to at this point. I did have all of this landscaped out through there and was ready to put seeds down until the water started backing in the thing. I'm going to, the wife suggested, and I agreed with her, and her non-mechanical at all in any way, to run a tin roof from the porch here out across over to on the other side of those rocks. And you can see we don't have a lot of water falling right down there at that point, but if we can get that water to completely go across the front of this tunnel for the man cave, then I can let the water run off over there on the other side of this rock wall. And if I'm going to do that, I'm probably going to bring rock around right immediately to the left here and build a rock wall here, backfilling with dirt, whatever else I can find around here. And I'll just backfill this whole thing all the way out. And if I'm out in the yard and she says there's a tornado warning, after she comes up the front door and hollers at, she can go down the steps. And I'm sure I can slide in through here and slide through a hole somewhere to get into the man cave tunnel. That's what they all keep calling it. My biggest concern at the moment with the rains we've been having is you see that far away white right there. That's an air vent, but I pulled it out of the wood because I wasn't satisfied with it. I stuck it back in the hole to kind of halfway plug it. But that hole right there has been getting full of water, putting the water into my man cave. I'm going to have to take roofing wool, which is a, to those that's unknown, don't know anything about it, nor by another name, it's real thick, heavy, black tar, and you can just take a paddle or anything like that and place it around a hole or anything like that, and it pretty well stays there. It doesn't go anywhere very easily. And then I can stop that. And if I can get everything done like I want it to do in my man cave, which we'll go step by step on it, I intend to have a small television down here in my man cave in one corner. And this kind of might be a nice place to escape, because when it's real hot outside, we have had some hot days like 108 degrees. And on the 108 degrees, we've had to, I could go in there and sit down and just be comfortable. Not hot, not cold, just comfortable. Well, until another time, this is a poor man's tornado shelter, or we might just call it poor man's work, or poor man's way of getting things done. And we'll see you another time. Y'all take care.